Hey Fit Friends, Yuli here, and welcome back to another Morning Mindset Minute. Actually, it's our first Morning Mindset Minute of 2025, so Happy New Year, and I hope you're ready to kick off 2025 with some purpose. If I sound a little under the weather, it's because I am, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I wanted to make this video today especially, and I'm going to do it anyway. So hopefully you can get past my little nasally voice, even though most people say I sound nasally anyway. As you can tell, I'm trying out some new things here in my office. I got some new lighting over the holiday. I got some blinking lights in the back, Govee. So just trying to make it a little bit more playful, a little bit more exciting, and work on my lighting. Again, thanks for the feedback. A lot of people have given me feedback about my lighting, voice, not my voice, but my audio, my just all the feedback I get. I try to use it and move forward in a positive way. So I appreciate it, and thank you so much for that. Today, what I want to talk about is I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I started reading the book Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. And I don't know if many of you had a chance to read that book or not, or if you have, it's a great reference book now for you. But if you haven't, it's basically, Tim Ferriss is probably one of the most popular bloggers, right? Well, at least one of the most downloaded bloggers and one of the most downloaded podcasters. And he's taken this book, and I'm not exactly sure of how many of his interviews he put in this, but I'm going to say it's at least 103 different genres, and I think it's wealth, health, spirituality, and maybe another genre. But what he's done is taken all of his favorite interviews and some of his most powerful interviews and summarized them into this book. So it's a compilation of some of his favorite interviews with some of his favorite guests, or at least some of his most watched or downloaded and most powerful interviews. So he takes those and he summarizes them, and each chapter is a different interview with a different person. And I don't know if there's an audiobook. I bet you that would be pretty cool, but it makes me want to highlight them and go back to his podcast and listen to some of these interviews. But the one I want to talk about today in particular is with a gentleman called Derek Sivers or Sivers. I don't want to mispronounce it, but I didn't know who it was when I first started reading this chapter. And Derek Sivers is an entrepreneur. He was a former musician. He was a circus clown, for crying out loud. He's now doing tons of TED Talks. His YouTube page is mostly him doing interviews and podcasts. He's very well known for his entrepreneurship and his leadership and his lifestyle purpose and philosophies. So I'm going to deep dive a little bit more into Derek Sivers in the future, because I think I have a lot to learn from him, which I'm pretty excited about. One of the articles that he was talking about, or one of the parts of this interview he gave with Derek, was he asked Derek, what would you tell your 30-year-old self? I'm actually going to read it right out of the book because it'll be a lot easier to follow. All right, here we go. So the title of this segment is called Don't Be a Donkey, which isn't referring to don't be an ass, which I also suggest don't be an ass, but that's not what it's referring to in this segment. So Tim asked Derek, what advice would you give your 30-year-old self? And Derek replied, well, I meet a lot of 30-year-olds who are trying to pursue many different directions at once, but not making progress in any, right? They get frustrated that the world wants them to pick one thing because they want to do them all. Why do I have to choose? I don't want to choose. But the problem is, if you're thinking short term, then you act as though if you don't do them all this week, they won't happen. The solution is to think long term, to realize that you can do one of these things for a few years and then do another one for a few years and then another. You've probably heard the fable, I think it's Buridan's ass, about a donkey who is standing halfway between a pile of hay and a bucket of water. He just keeps looking left to the hay and right to the water, trying to decide, hay or water, hay or water. He's unable to decide, so he eventually falls over and dies both of hunger and thirst. A donkey can't think of the future. If he did, he'd realize that he could clearly go first to drink the water, then go eat the hay. So Derek's advice to his own 30-year-old self is, don't be a donkey. You can do everything you want to. You just need foresight and patience. Now that hit me a little bit different today because of, obviously it's a new year, right? And everybody's out there making and creating and putting these New Year's resolutions together. And it's it's great. But a lot of people fail. You've heard, hey, the gym's packed the whole month of January, but then it's empty for the rest of the year because everybody puts these resolutions forward. They're going to get fit, or they're going to go on a diet. They're going to lose some weight. Whatever it is that you decide you want to resolve in your new year, make better for the new year, make yourself, new me, new year, new me, whatever your philosophy is, and whatever it is you decide you want to do. A lot of people put too many things in that bucket. And once you start putting too many things in a bucket, you unfortunately don't get anything done. What Derek is saying in this is to pick something. Prioritize something that you want to get better at. He's not saying get perfect at. He's not saying be the best at. If you want to be the best at something, that's on you. And that might be a little bit more than this channel has to offer. But I just want you to be good at something. I want you to be good enough for you could say, okay, I've done this. I didn't necessarily master it, but I'm good enough to where I can move on to the next thing now. So it's about prioritizing your goals. It's about prioritizing your solutions to what you want to do and at least get the one accomplished. And it doesn't have to take you all year to do the one thing. Like you said, you could do one thing for a couple of years and do another thing. Like Derek, he was a circus clown. He was a musician. He was an entrepreneur. I mean, he sold his first company for $22 million and he donated it to a music foundation. But he moved on and he did something else and he did something else. So that's a great lesson, especially in this new year, because I want you to prioritize on what you want to do first. What do you think you want to be good at first? What do you think you want to not master, but get good at first? I'm not looking for perfection, and neither should you be. You should not be looking for perfection. If I didn't do anything until it was perfect, I would do nothing at all. Like if I didn't start these videos until I was ready, I had the right lighting, I had the right audio, I had the right camera, I had the right content, I had the right everything, I wouldn't put these out. I would still be looking and working and searching and trying to figure it out to be perfect and put it out. But I don't believe in that. I believe in putting things out and doing iterations and getting better as you go. That way you can actually follow your progress and make a plan and get feedback like I've been getting so you can move forward and get better at what you're doing. So that's it. Don't be a donkey, right? Make sure that you make that decision, do the one thing, get the one thing going, get the one thing till you're satisfied that you got to go, drink the water, and then drink the hay. Which brings me to the 2025 Fitness Mindset Master Plan. So this is my step-by-step guide on how to prioritize that one goal, that one thing, how to focus on that one thing until you get it right, until you get good enough at it, until you can move on to the next one. This will walk you step-by-step how to identify it, how to create a plan for it, and how to stick to that plan so you can at least get to where you're going faster, sooner, and better. So, you know how to get it. I've made a couple of videos about it. You go to fitmind30.com. You could download it for free there. It's printable. There's a notes section, so you can make notes throughout the way. So it's a really cool program. I put it together about a couple weeks ago, released it. It's been downloaded several times. I haven't gotten a whole lot of feedback on it yet, but again, people are probably waiting for the new year to make sure that they can identify that priority that they want. So outside of that, that's all I have for today. Again, Happy New Year. Again, apologize for the nasally voices. Give me a little feedback about the lighting. I'm still working on it. Again, nothing's going to be perfect, so I'm gonna do it, and the next time it'll be better, and the next time it'll be better, and the next time it'll be better. Also, Get Your Fit Together sweatshirt giveaway is still going on for one more week. Next week, I'll be releasing the final winner. So again, instant registration if you're a member at fitmind30.com, or if you register this week for fitmind30.com, you will be included in the giveaway registration, and hopefully you'll get the next sweatshirt. So until then, my friends, Happy New Year, and I will see you on my next video.